Snakes. They're one of those creatures, right? Kind of mysterious, a little bit intimidating, but absolutely fascinating. We all think we know what a snake is, but today we're going to look a little closer. We're uncoiling the secrets of this incredible animal to figure out what makes it one of nature's true masters of survival.
So let's just start with this question, because it gets right to the heart of what's so wild about snakes. How in the world does an animal hunt, hide, and just exist when it's missing the senses we depend on for everything? Well, the answer is pretty mind-blowing. It shows us a totally different way of sensing the world around us.
Okay, so to really get a grip on the snake, we have to start with the outside, its design. It's so simple, but it's incredibly effective. This is a body that's literally built for a world of tight spaces, cracks, burrows, branches, a perfect shape for both stealth and power.
Just check out this basic blueprint. It's all about efficiency. The long, legless body doesn't have a shoulder girdle, which lets it squeeze through places you can't even imagine. And the whole thing is covered in scales for protection and grip. But the really amazing part? The spine. We're talking up to 400 vertebrae, which is just wild. It's what gives them that incredible, iconic flexibility to climb, swim, or constrict.
You've probably seen one of these before, right? A shed snake skin. It looks kind of ghostly. Well, this whole process isn't just for looks. It's absolutely essential. See, a snake's skin doesn't grow, so a few times a year it has to shed the entire outer layer. This lets the snake get bigger, and it also gets rid of any annoying parasites that might have hitched a ride. It's like hitting the reset button, a complete fresh start.
All right, so the body is unique, but honestly, that's nothing compared to how snakes actually perceive the world. If you think their bodies are different, just wait. We're diving into a sensory experience that is truly on another level, something that's almost impossible for us to imagine.
Okay, get this. Snakes have no eyelids. That's what gives them that famous unblinking stare. They literally can't blink. And they have no external ears, so they can't hear sounds floating through the air like we do. So, are they just blind and deaf? Not even close. They've just evolved completely different and, in some ways, way better tools for the job.
And here it is. This is their secret weapon, the Jacobson's organ. It's not a nose. It's something much, much more sophisticated. The best way to think about it is like a high-tech chemical analysis lab built right into the roof of the snake's mouth. This little organ allows a snake to literally taste the air, figuring out its surroundings in incredible detail.
So here's how it all goes down, in 3 simple steps. First, that forked tongue flicks out. It's not being threatening, it's actually collecting tiny microscopic particles from the air. Then the tongue pulls back and delivers those particles right up to the Jacobson's organ. And finally, that organ zaps the information to the brain, saying, hey, lunch was here, or watch out, danger's close. It's an information superhighway made of chemicals.
And this just lays it out so clearly. We listen for sounds in the air. A snake, on the other hand, rests its jaw on the ground and feels the tiniest vibrations from an animal walking by. We use our noses to smell. A snake uses its tongue to taste the world. It's a total reimagining of what it means to be aware of your environment.
Now let's pop the hood. What's the engine that powers a snake's whole life? Their rhythm, their behavior, everything. We call them cold-blooded, but what does that actually mean? How does that work on the inside?
Right, so the scientific name is poikilothermic, but here's what that really means. We're warm-blooded, right? We burn a ton of energy to keep our bodies at a nice, constant temperature. Snakes can't do that. Their body temperature is basically at the mercy of their surroundings. So if it's cold out, the snake is cold and sluggish. If it's warm, it's energized and ready to go. That one fact dictates their entire existence. And the reason why, it all comes down to the heart. Our hearts have 4 chambers, which is a super efficient system for keeping oxygen-rich blood separate from oxygen-poor blood. But a snake's heart, it only has 3 chambers. Because of this, the blood gets a little bit mixed. That means the blood getting pumped around the body is less oxygenated. It's an engine that runs perfectly fine on lower octane fuel, but it's just not powerful enough to generate that constant internal heat.
Okay, so we've got this creature that's perfectly adapted to survive and perceive its world in these incredible ways. But what about its role in our world? Once you understand all these unique traits, it's maybe time we shed some of our own old fears and see the snake in a completely new light.
So our source material focuses a lot on Bangladesh. So let's just use that as a great example. You've got roughly 90 different kinds of snakes there.
Now, out of those 90 species, the vast majority, like around 3/4 of them, are completely non-venomous. They pose zero threat to people.
In fact, they're not just harmless, they're actually incredibly helpful. Snakes are one of nature's best forms of pest control, hands down. They save countless crops by eating the rodents that would otherwise wipe out a harvest. That makes them a farmer's best friend. And far from being aggressive, most snakes want absolutely nothing to do with us. Really, their presence is a great sign that you've got a healthy, balanced ecosystem.
And that brings us to this quote from our source, Banglopedia, which it hits the nail on the head. On the whole, the snake is a friend to humans. When you look past the fear and you actually understand the biology, you see that they're not our enemies. They're a beautiful and crucial part of the natural world.
So maybe the next time you see a snake, you'll see it a little differently. Not as some scary monster, but as this absolute marvel of adaptation. And that kind of leaves you with one last thought, right? What other amazing, incredible evolutionary stories are playing out right now in the animals just outside our own front doors?